Yo, Dave, I'm trying to go out to Vegas and get wasted. You know where I can go get something?
Tim, it's funny you should ask, man, because I got the perfect spot for you to go and get tore up from the floor up and get the best tequila in Vegas.
Say where? Where's that?
That is at the Rusty Spur Saloon.
Okay, say where? I'm trying to see what that be like.
Yeah, make sure you stop in there. Stop and see my homeboy Mike. Tell him that Redline Radio from Cleveland, Ohio sent you there.
Bet, I'm about to go see Mike right now.
They were voted the best hole-in-the-wall bar in Vegas. What's that spot name again?
The Rusty Spur Saloon, you said.
That's right. They are located in fabulous Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, yeah, that's the spot.
What's going on, everybody? Lee Money here from the Steel City Renegades. And if you need auto parts, there's only one place that I know I go, and that's Detroit Auto Parts. Detroit Auto Parts is the official parts store of Red Line Radio LLC. They have two convenient locations on the east side. You can call 216-531-7373, or on the west side, call 216-398-7373. Mention Redline Radio and receive 10% off your purchase. So don't forget, if you need any parts for your vehicle today, reach out to Detroit Auto Parts, the official home and auto parts store of Redline Radio LLC.
You know, where the fuck Dub at, man? Where the fuck he go? Here I am. You looking for me?
Yo ass is fine. Thatguydub, and I'm back with another video. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Deuce from the... Me and my big bro. Yeah, fuck this no. He said he gonna teach me how to wrestle, man. I'm gonna win the belt.
Yo, cause I'm back for ya. The boy Dub Deuce in the building.
What up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody out there in radio land? This Thatguydub, and I'm back with another video. How y'all doing at the end of the day? Shout it, I'm good money. Welcome to another Thursday. You know what it is. Hashtag Thursday for the culture. You know what I'm saying? We out here in these mean streets of Akron. You know what I'm saying? It's a little cold outside. I got to take my daughter to a doctor's appointment real quick. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we checking in live, doing it real BIG. And I have a special guest in the building, the owner and proprietor of Redline Radio LLC. Y'all give it up for my man, Dave Wallencheck.
What up, what up, what up, Dub? Appreciate you reaching out to me to come on to your show, man.
Man, not a problem, man. You saying like you've been doing nothing but showing everybody around here love. So I had to, you know what I'm saying, return the favor, you know what I'm saying? Get you as a guest to see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in the mind of Dave. What's going on, my man?
Nothing, man. Just a lot of work going on at the station, a lot of things happening behind the scenes. Got a couple more shows that are interested in joining us. 2023 is going to be a big year. I keep saying that every year, but I think 2023 is going to be a very good year for Redline Radio and Redline Media Group. And as you can see, I got the Redline Pro Wrestling belt right in front of me. So I know that we've been trying to start that for about 2.5 years. This year we'll finally get that chance to do it, but I wanted to bring it out because I know your intro video, you say he's going to teach me how to wrestle so you can win the belt. Well, Dub, here's the belt. Come get it.
I'm down. You know what I'm saying? Whose ass needs whipping so I can get that belt?
Yeah, you got you. I don't know who's our. I do know who our first champion is going to be. So Lisa Summers from Growing Wings Adult Services has the kids over there, and Andre Travis, he's a big wrestling fan. So I am going to present him with the RPW Heavyweight Championship and make him the first ever official RPW Heavyweight Champion because he's a big wrestling fan. So that's what I'm going to do whenever we get started. I'm going to invite him to the show and call him out and give him the title.
That's super dope.
What's that, Dub?
I said that is actually super dope.
That is pretty dope because he would love that. He would love that. And hopefully he's watching right now, or Lisa can replay this video for him and let him know. What's up, Kyle and Justin? Thank you guys for tuning in on your mid Thursday evening here. We got a lot of things that are going on. I know Kyle and Justin, they're going to be on my show this week with Lee Money and Chipper, as me and Chipper are going to the football game this week. Lee unfortunately can't go. Wish he could come, but can't go. You had other things going on. So that's what we got going on a little bit here. Dub.
Got to make that money.
Yeah, man. That's how you send everybody. What you send don't have the coins that you send. Big Bank Dave got. You send loan me $40.
Hey, Dub. Like I said, man, I've been telling people for the last month. This is probably, and I hate to say this out loud, this has probably been the biggest struggle this past month. December being the last month of the year. It's probably been the biggest struggle to get through everything with Redline Radio because I mean, obviously everybody knows I've been laid off since October the 13th. And, you know, the little bit of money that I had put away didn't last as long as I did. But luckily we got through it, man. We got through it and made it work. So that's what's good about it. But it's been a struggle in December, man.
I mean, trust me, it's definitely been a blessing. You said for you on that. You said it's been a struggle for me as well. I lost my job right before Christmas. I'm still trying to shake back, but you know what I'm saying? Like you said, with the love and support, everybody around me. You said I'm still managing. You said make some things happen. You know what I'm saying? So you know how that goes.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's always nice to have people that you can count on to do things for you. And people who you can trust to do things for you. And I'm very blessed here at Redline Radio. I really am. You know, Lee is came with us and been a station manager, I think going on a year now. I don't remember when he got the job, but I know it's coming up on a year. So
it was this month last year.
Yeah, so it's coming up on a year. So, you know, Lee's been a blessing in disguise for us over here at Redline Radio. Sometimes me and him argue, but we get through things and sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't agree, but I mean, we both got the same vision moving forward, or at least I hope we do. I really hope we do. But I mean, there's just some things that, you know, we want to make better moving forward with Redline Radio and Redline Media and whatever we're going to do. We want to make that better for everybody and make this place the premier podcast place for everybody to come.
Well, you said, well, you guys got an awesome setup. You said with everything going. You said not only do you got Studio One, but you also got Studio Two, and everything. You said like I love what you guys are doing over at Studio Two with the green screen work and you said everything like that. I mean, you guys are like we're a state of the art studio. You said with studios, and you saying like you said with Lex with the whole comedy thing, and then you said and then all the shows got something to bring to the table. You know, so like how did you stumble, or how did you come into being blessed with such an eclectic cast of show hosts?
Oh man, that's a very good question, man. I mean, first off, I'll tell this story, and I've told it multiple times, and I mean, I'll tell it again for people who are new to this show and fans of this show. The Redline Radio is going on 6 years. We'll celebrate our 6-year-old birthday. No, 2016. So yeah, so it'll be 7 years old this year, right? Is that correct? 7? Yeah. So it'll be 7 years old this year is when we
the logo that you had me make says 2017.
Okay, well 2017. So it'll be 6 years. So I was right at. Anyway, we're 6 or 7 years. So 6 years we'll go with. But I mean, we started out in my kitchen on June 6th of 2016 or 2017. Me and my brother were on the first ever podcast. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to try and do this with a business partner again. And obviously that didn't work. We had a location out in Lakewood above Rosie's Wine House. I don't know if you guys know where that is in Lakewood. It's on Detroit Avenue. We tried to go there, and then things didn't work out there with, you know, the management group, and then wouldn't allow us to have 24-hour access to the building. And I told him, I said, you know, like, I want this to be a 24-hour radio station where I can come in and out and go where I want. And he's like, oh yeah, we can't do that. So we signed a lease, and then he was like, oh yeah, we'll just let you out of your lease. You know, I mean, we weren't even there 2 hours, and he said that. So I mean, he let us out of our lease, gave us back our money. Thank God for that, man, because he could have been an asshole and said, no, I'm not giving you back your money, you know. And then we went to Madison Avenue, which was 15618 Madison Avenue, which is right across from Barrios. We were in that place for about a year. It used to be the old Singular Wireless out there. And that if you're old like us, man, that rings a bell. Singular Wireless. Remember that? Remember that phone service?
Yeah.
My first ever cell phone.
Yeah. So we started out, or we moved over to there. And then we were there for about a year. Had no bathroom. We had to run across the street to use the bathroom or use the neighbor's bathroom. And then, you know, we had two shows over there, and, you know, it just rapidly started growing from there. We came over here to 4941 Pearl Road, which is above Detroit Auto Parts. And we started
another wonderful sponsor of Redline Radio, by the way.
Absolutely. Detroit Auto Parts has been very, very good to Redline Radio. So thank you, Detroit Auto Parts, for everything you guys do. You guys know you give me a key to come in and out of your building, 24-hour access. So I love that. Got to give a big shout out to Jeff Tippy, the owner of Detroit Auto Parts. So if you guys need auto parts, make sure you stop out and see him on the east side at 480 East 200 Street. Ask for Tippy. Don't go in there and ask for Jeff Tippy, because he'll kill you. And just don't tell him that I said to call him Jeff Tippy. Just call him Tippy. But anyway, Dub, getting back to, you know, that we started over here, and we struggled, man. We struggled once we got over here to get more shows for about a year. And then my buddies wanted to do a show, and I'm like, oh, well, you guys can come on and do my show just to fill some airtime. And I just didn't like it that way. And, you know, as shows left, you know, some shows came, some shows left. And then here we are coming into 2019 or 2020, which was the COVID year. We had a pretty decent amount of shows. We had 9 shows. And now we're up to, I think, 14 shows, right, Lee? Is that what we got? 14 shows? I think it's 14 shows.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. You said, like I said, and the crazy thing about it, like I said, what I mentioned earlier, with you said having such an eclectic cast of characters, you said, and different personalities. You got comedians, you got sports nuts, you said you got cosplayers, and you said, I mean, it's like, you said, like, what you said, one of my favorite people over there is Lee, because the whole Ghostbusters thing, and it brings the whole nostalgia back for me. So you said,
Doug, you just made him smile ear to ear. Oh, you done did it now.
But with Cleveland's Finest, that starts on February 1st, we have 19.
So 19 shows, and then we got 3 more that are coming. So 22 shows will be on Redline Radio for 2023.
Nice. And it's funny, but like, speaking of like Lee, you said like there's this guy I watch on YouTube called Video Bob, and me and Lee have discussed it on his show. And it's funny because I know Lee loves the Ghostbusters thing. And it's just funny because the casual banter that you said that we go back and forth with, and then, you know, like other guests, you know, like Don Pizzle, or you said Timbuktu, or you saying like you said the Lex Vegas show. This is like, you said, because like, you got certain shows that do not interact with the with the comment section. You got certain ones that do. You said you got like certain ones that are about certain topics. I mean, it's like but everybody's got something different to bring to the table, and I think that's such a wonderful quality of out of a station to have with such, like I said, an eclectic group of hosts and everything. So you just like, as far as you said, like going forward, what you said, where do you plan to take Redline?
I mean, that's a very good question, Lee, or Dub, because I know I've talked to Lee about this multiple times and what my plans are, and Lee looks at me like I'm crazy. I always tell him I want to open up a couple more stations, and it's like, oh, well, it's more work for me. But I mean, we're planning.
Your ass is fired.
we're planning on opening up a couple more stations. I can't reveal where they're going to be at yet, but I mean, it's in the works right now. And the thing that I want to do is with these stations and wherever we open them up at, is I want them to be all different than each other, not the same. I want them to have a different flavor on each one. And I already have my next set up what it's going to look like. I have it in my head and how I wanted to go. It's kind of like how I wanted to go with Studio 2, but then after everything came together, I'm like, no, this studio is pretty nice. Like, you got the state-of-the-art studio over there with the green screen, like you said, 360 cameras. We got the custom-made desk over here at Studio 1. We got 5 or 4 cameras. We could get up to 6 if we needed to here. We also got, this is the OG. What's up, Peggy? How you doing? Paul Moyer, how you doing? This is the OG station, as everybody likes to call it. But yeah, I mean, my vision sometimes, man, overthinks and puts that before everything in life. And sometimes that's bad. I mean, but I just want it to be unique from everybody else, different from everybody else. I mean, because if you go to all 3, like McDonald's, if you go up to McDonald's and you get a cheeseburger, it's the same cheeseburger at every McDonald's. It's the same drive-through at every McDonald's. It's the same building at every McDonald's. I don't want people to look at it and be like, oh, well, Redline Radio's got the same thing. They're kind of dry. And that's why you brought up a good point, Dub, with the variety of shows. I don't want us just to be a sports pot or a sports station or a station that just talks about, celebrities, or a station that just talks about comedy. I mean, we do a lot of things. We got I keep calling them the Canton Charge, the Cleveland Charge. We covered them, and then in baseball season, we're going to cover the Lake Erie Crushers, and then we in the past we covered the Monsters. But getting back to what you're saying is about other stations or other locations. I mean, yeah, there's talk about one being on the West Coast, and there's one that's talked about being out here in Parma Heights. I know that Riley wants us to come over from Tattoo Therapy Inc. and set up a station over there, like a little substation. Is that going to happen? Probably, but I mean, when is it going to happen? I don't know. Riley's busy. I'm busy. Lee's busy. So we really don't have the time to do that. But there has been opportunities for us to do that. And I'm blessed with the people that I have. I mean, so never know where we might be.
Well, if I can intervene just real quick, like there are definitely times where I have to tell Dave, like, yo, like slow your roll. Like, let's focus on getting one station all the way together first before we talk about opening 17 more. And, so there's that. But like when I came to Redline because I just wanted to interview hosts from another show that were here. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, we're under contract, so you're going to have to reach out to Dave. So I did. And he's like, well, just bring your show here. Like, then that way, there's no conflict of interest or da. And I'm like, oh, that's how this works. I thought you had to call me. Like, I just know terrestrial radio. I never knew how the podcasting world worked. I mean, obviously I'd had a show, but, and then I came here and, we were talking about getting my show to look different and everything like that. And Dave liked some of the ideas I had, and I just kind of continued to fail upward. So, I mean, that's just the way it is.
Dude, you said, Lee, what we're going to do, your ass is fired for one, because you said we're not going to, it's 2023, we're speaking nothing but positive vibes only, so fail is not in any vocabulary going forward, so your ass is fired.
I was hoping you caught that, Dub, because I caught that too and was going to comment on a fail upward. I was about to say 2020. I made a post the other day. I think it was the second day of the year. Every day I'm trying to do something better than I did the day before. Mm-hmm. Today was one of them days where I wanted to say, screw that and not do that. But, being on this show kind of made my day, Dub. So I was having a bad day before I got on your show, man. And like I said, I'm just blessed to have the opportunity to do this. And thankfully, we have the sponsors, and thankfully, we have the shows that allow us to do that. And thankfully, the bills are paid each month.
Right. And you said it's just like, man, I'm glad I can make you smile. And you said it's just like, you said just like for you said everybody that you said doesn't know, you said like I came on under you said the Lex Vegas show. You said if you don't know that by now you know. And you said I just am honored that you said you guys were you said enabled me to you said to come on and you said bring my thoughts and ideas that you said into the you said the foray of you said of conversation, because we could all sit there and have totally different viewpoints. But but we could still have the conversation. I think that's what's missing so much in today's society. Everybody wants to spew out talking points, but nobody wants to have the conversation. They want the talking points so they get the clicks, but nobody wants to have the actual conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Your ass is fired.
And you said segueing off of that, I guess we can get into You said what was dude? I just had a brain fart. Buddy's name that got hurt. You said the Buffalo Bills player.
Damar Hamlin.
Yes. You said
He
just
is
like
awake and holding his family's hand was the last report I just
Can we
heard.
give him a round of applause, Lee?
yes, definitely.
Or give him a round of applause, and give Buffalo and Cincinnati a round of applause too, because like that stuff happens, man. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of criticism for this statement right here, but people are going at Skip Bayless the wrong way, man. He was just at the wrong time saying that. He said
That's exactly what I was saying.
He said the perfect thing, but it was at the wrong time. The people they should be mad at is fucking Bart Scott. Did you hear what Bart Scott said?
No, I did not. You said enlighten me.
Yeah, go back and watch that. He places the blame on T. Higgins.
It was a legal hit. There's no blame to be
Correct.
had.
But
We've seen that hit a million times throughout the years. Knock it off.
Yes. He publicly went on ESPN and blamed T. Higgins for the hit on Damar. That's his name, Damar
Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin. So he blames T. Higgins for it, and now T. Higgins got death threats from it because people want to listen to Bart Scott. If you're going to do something to Skip Bayless and get pissed off at Skip, I better hear that same action coming to Bart Scott.
I agree. Because like I said, like you just said, it was in poor taste and bad timing. Okay. You saying he said he's not going to take the tweet down or whatever. I really don't. I don't care at this point. You saying because that was a soundbite for 2 days. You said now we're still on to the prayers for for my man. And the fact that he's opened his eyes, he's holding his family's hand. That we do not know what's going to happen going forward because he was out of it for at least 9 minutes. And they said anything after 5, you start getting severe brain damage. So we're definitely going to keep him and his family lifted up in prayer. All the rest of that side talk, especially if you've never laced up a pair of cleats, shut your ass up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's just appalling on how this stuff happens. And I know that the guys from Talking About Balls were talking about it last night. The whole football world, even though people want it to stop, you still have games and sponsors that you have to take care of this week. I know that he died on the field. I think it was twice, right?
He died once on the field. They were able to resuscitate him with a combination of CPR and the defibrillator. And then I don't remember if it was on the way to the hospital or after he got to the hospital.
He died.
They had to revive him a second time.
Okay, so he died again, and it's tough to be put in that situation. You should feel prayers for the family. You should also feel prayers give prayers to Buffalo and Cincinnati. They were there when this happened, man. And people are like, oh, well, are they going to replay the game? If they don't replay the game, it's not going to be a big deal unless it's for the first seed. So
exactly.
Here's what I heard.
Just stop it. That's all I want people to do. Just stop it. And again, real quickly, before you chime in, the thing with people saying that the NFL should put the rest of the season on hold, I heard that today on a podcast that was from St. Louis. Why would you put the rest of the NFL season on hold for that?
You don't even have a team. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that can happen to anybody. I can walk outside. That can happen to me. Is the world going to stop because of that? Absolutely not. And it's no offense to the Hamlin family. And again, thoughts and prayers go to you guys. And I'm glad that the kid is talking to his family and holding on conversations with his family. That's great. But these reporters sometimes, they just need to keep their mouth shut, especially on topics like that. I mean, Skip, yeah, you did the right thing, but wrong timing, my man, wrong timing. And he's getting a lot of criticism for that. And Shannon Sharp wants him to lose his job. Listen, you don't lose your job over that because you timed it the wrong way. Can people be pissed off at you? Yes, absolutely. But again, getting back to the collapse on the field and dying on the field, Dub, you're old enough to remember this. Do you know a player by the name of Mike Utley? Remember Mike Utley that played for the Lions? He got paralyzed on the field. They didn't stop the game. They continued to go on with the game. This is different, though. They didn't stop football for that.
They didn't stop it when Ryan Shazier got paralyzed either.
No, they didn't. They didn't stop it when Hank Gathers died or Bo Kimball died on the field or on the court. They didn't stop it. They didn't stop it when Dale Sr. passed away in NASCAR. They did not stop it. I mean,
Owen Hart.
Yeah, Owen Hart. They didn't stop the show, which they should have. WWE dropped the ball. They should have stopped that show with Owen Hart, but that's neither here nor there, and we're not going to get into that right now. But again, kudos to his family, and glad that the kid is up and well, not physically up, but he's up. He's out of the.
He's awake.
He's awake.
He's conscious. Yeah.
My thing was I actually on the way here, they were talking about this on Baskin and Phelps. They were saying that a release came out from the NFL today that it is more than likely that game between the Bills and the Bengals will not be replayed. That they may just add an 8th seed to the playoffs to determine who gets that spot that the Bills and the Bengals would have originally had.
I could see that happening. And this could be something that leads into the future with the NFL having 4 wild card spots.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more money for them too. So, I mean, anything for the NFL to make more money, they're all for it.
Yeah. And the other thing that they were saying is like, oh, well, what TV network is it going to be on? Well, last time I checked, the NFL has their own network.
Yep.
Yeah. They have NBC. They got a contract with Fox. They got a contract with CBS.
They just signed that contract with YouTube. Maybe this could be the test for YouTube. They have the contract with Amazon. I mean, there's tons of places they can play that game.
Believe you me, NFL will find a network to put it on. If not, we could broadcast it live on Redline Media.
I know that's right. You said so. You said Roger Goodell. If you listening, hook us up.
Yeah, hook us up, man.
But no, I'm very happy that he is making a turn for the positive. And I actually did mention that after 5 minutes of your heart not beating, you will suffer severe brain damage.
Yep.
But I was actually speaking to a nurse yesterday that said that because they were so quick to respond with the CPR, that there might have still been enough oxygen going to his brain to avoid that.
Right. You said my own issue with all of that, you said they took too long to get him in the ambulance, because you could do more in the ambulance than you can from the outside. Okay,
so there was a reasoning for that I just recently found out. I've been watching NFL Network like crazy because of this whole thing. But they were waiting for his mom to get down from the stands and onto the field so that she could go to the hospital with him.
I got you, and you said this. And that sounds good. You said, but
my take on that was, you know what? You're in Cincinnati. There's enough police at the stadium right now because the ambulance had a police escort. Why not just have her meet you in the parking lot, either throw her in a cruiser or have her get to her car and have the car have a police escort to the hospital so they both get there at the same time.
Absolutely. Exactly. Peggy Fry said the CPR was the key. Absolutely, man. So let's give a shout out to the first responders, man. Let's give them a clap, man. I mean, because, so they don't get enough credit out there. I just wanted to take a second and give them guys a shout out.
Yeah, and we'll save the rest of this talk for Renegades this Saturday.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. You said switching gears. You said like I try to stay away from politics, but this is kind of funny to me, so we're just gonna go there. You said Kevin McCarthy that went through 89 votes and still can't get it, but he's already got his stuff in the speaker's office. You said like what is the deal with the Republican Party? Why they can't get along right now?
Your guess is as good as mine, Dub. I don't pay attention to the politics, so I mean I don't even know who Kevin McCarthy is. Who is he?
He's the one vying for Speaker of the House.
Oh, so he's taking Nancy Pelosi's job?
What the Republicans won the House in November, and Nancy Pelosi's retiring, but Kevin McCarthy's trying to be the new Speaker, but I think he needs like 215 votes, but he's hovering around like 201, 203. So there's a bunch of infightings in the Republican Party, and it's hilarious to watch because it's hilarious to watch because he's like, you see how divided we are as a country and how stupid we are as people, to where you saying even our government can't get along for 10 damn minutes.
Oh, Dub, I'm so glad that you brought that up about, us as people being dumb. Because I know that you've seen some dumbass people in your life, and I've seen some dumbass people, and I have done some dumbass things in my life, but nothing this stupid that these people are doing nowadays, man. Like, they pin us against each other on purpose. It's all about the money. That's what people don't get it. The United States is smart. The government's smart. They're going to pin the black versus white because of the money. That's exactly what it's about. I mean, I got some good friends on both sides of race, and it's just we talk, and it's like, why do they do this? Like, you're lied to as a kid with, I was watching this thing on TikTok about, us really not touching the moon, that it was in a sound, it was in a on a sound stage, and they had, ash there and blah, 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 this, and this. Do we really know that they didn't go there? Do we know that? No, we don't. Will we ever know that? Absolutely not. And it's just bad that these people, man, pin us against each other. And the only people that can make this work is us. We have we have to band against the government. That's what I say.
I mean, that's
I tried that when I was in the president chair, but my own party turned against me too. So that's why I'm sitting at home, and I could potentially go to jail because people are trying to get stuff on me.
But it's so beautiful, so beautiful. You
gotta grab him by the puss, Dub. Grab him by the puss.
Yes, Melania, you said make sure that you call DoorDash. I need 12 Big Macs and a Diet Coke. A wonderful long stem Diet Coke.
Wow. You do Donald Trump too good, Dub.
Well, I mean, I am POTUS. Even though I'm not sitting in the chair, I'm still POTUS.
Wow. Dub, have you seen the Joe Rogan thing where he slapped his wife? Did you see that?
I thought that was Dana White.
Or Dana White. I'm sorry, Dana White. Yeah, slapped his wife, dude. What do you think about that?
You said, like, for one, you said I never put my hands on women, so you said I'm appalled at that regardless. For one, for two, but I'm also used to, just like, I have 4 daughters, but I also have a son, and I've gotten calls where he's like, "Yes, Mr. Smith, your son hit such and such a girl." Well, what did she do? Well, she did hit him upside the head with a book. Then she got what was coming to her. Boom. That's just how I feel about it. But you said no, but all seriousness, if you having an argument or a domestic dispute, take that shit to the house or get some. If you guys are getting to the point where you feel like you need to get physical with each other, you might want to reevaluate your relationship, because it should never come to that.
Yeah, like, Dana White said it was the first time that it ever happened. I don't believe that because he was
the cap.
because he was too quick to react on that. He was too quick to react. So, and what people got to realize is everybody's got a camera phone nowadays. And especially if you're out in public and you're drunk and they know that you're there, they're going to find it. They're going to find something against you. And that's what they did. And he went on this Twitter rant on it about, it's been the first time and my wife has forgiven me and, blah, blah, blah. And then there's other people that are sticking up for him. Well, she hit him first, so she deserved to be hit. And them are coming from women. Women are saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they won't defend Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, well, I mean, this totally different thing here, Lee. Totally different thing. And the problem is with that, you're right, Dub. You never put your mom, when you grow up, your mom and your dad always tell you, don't put your hands on a woman, no matter what. Even if they hit you, walk away. But the support for him from the women saying that they support him for what he did because she hit first really makes it look like, man, I mean, what do other people really think about this?
Just like I said, it's not a touchy subject, because anybody with an IQ above room temperature goes back to what we said earlier. Keep your damn hands to yourself. So, like, I get where the women are coming from. Well, she hit him first, blah, 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 blah. And that can be okay for some people, you know what I'm saying, but it cannot be for other things. Just like, I got into it in a dark humor group with somebody the other day about Kyle Rittenhouse. And because I guess it was his birthday the other day, and they were like, "Oh, you said happy birthday to an American hero." He's not a hero for one, but whatever. And they were like, "Well, he got off fair and square." I was like, "That's fine." You saying the law worked out for him. You saying, but had it been my black ass down there with a fucking AR-15, I'd be under the jail. Just let's call a spade a spade.
So Peggy Fry said, "My mom always told me that if a woman hits a man, she should expect to get hit back." Wow.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, it's all in perspective when it comes to that, because I've been around some women you saying that like to play fight and all that. I don't even play fight with my kids. I don't. You saying we can do anything else you want. I'm not play fighting with you because I get serious fast. And you saying you hit me, I'm probably gonna put you on your ass. You say you just said, but it's like me, I'm petty because I've been with using women in the past that would sit there, and punch me in the shoulder or or whatever because they think that shit is cute. Like I used to live in Georgia, and if you know anything about Georgia, Douglasville is on the west side of Atlanta and Decatur is on the east side of Atlanta. Now, when I was living in Douglasville, I happened to be at Six Flags and had a young lady I was messing with hit me. So I told her I had to go, pick up somebody in Decatur. I asked her to go into a convenience store to get me something to drink, and I left her ass in Decatur. Fuck that bitch.
Way to get rid of that problem, Dub.
Yep. And the good thing, she had no idea where I lived at the time, so I was good money.
Good.
Your ass is fired.
Yeah, but use it like I said, but you was bringing up camera phones. Well, there's also cameras behind the bar that's watching the bartenders too. So if nobody had their phone, he still could have got caught on a surveillance camera in the bar or whatever. So like, we have to be more cognizant of where we're at and what we're doing because there's cameras everywhere.
I was about to say they caught Kareem Hunt on an elevator cam.
I've seen them catch fugitives off Tesla cams.
I mean, you're right, Dub. There's cameras everywhere nowadays, so everybody just got to be cautious. There's cameras at the gas pump. There's cameras at the store. Cops got cameras on them now. That's
ATMs.
ATMs got them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Peggy Fry said it best. It was about learning to keep your hands to yourself. Absolutely, Peggy. Absolutely. I was taught at a young age that you don't touch anybody. If it's not on your person, then you don't touch anybody.
Bad touch.
I mean, it's bad that that's happened, and he's got to explain himself and whatnot to everybody because, like you said, Dub, there's cameras everywhere, man. Everywhere's got cameras, and it's just you're bound to get caught and it get used on you.
I mean, unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but like I said, hopefully you said I don't know where the relationship's gonna go. You said hopefully if it's meant for them to work it out, or hopefully they work it out, and you said and he can let this die down, or you said they can get some counseling to further their relationship, or whatever, what have you on that. I hope it works out for him. And then but switching gears again, have you heard about the Andrew Tate thing?
I heard about Andrew Tate, but what happened with him now?
Well, basically, he, I guess, arrested for sex trafficking and all that kind of stuff like that. And of course, a lot of people are blaming Greta Thunberg for that, or whatever. That like, but if you go back and listen, you said there's a YouTuber I watch by the name of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. His name is Bruce Rivers, and he basically did a whole rundown of a video where Andrew Tate is everything they got him on charges for. He's already been self-snitching for years.
Idiot.
I mean, he's literally telling, I've got a building and I've got these 5 girls on this floor, and saying like they're doing this, that, and he's like, dude, you are telling on your damn self, my guy. But like I said, but then again, like they want to skip over the part where, because he likes this political party, or because he's bucking the system or whatever. What you say, but like he's still telling on himself. You say, like, if you want to have the conversation, let's get to the root of it. He's telling you motherfuckers what he's doing, and you guys are missing it. You know,
That's the worst. That's the worst kind of criminal. The ones that tell on herself and then don't expect to get busted.
right? And then of course, like even with the whole arc. Well, I guess on Tuesday they had the part 3 of the Surviving R. Kelly, and some you think he came out with the song the whole I Admit It or whatever, like I guess last year, and then supposedly had came out with the album this year, but streaming platforms had taken it down because he said it wasn't him. It was a bunch of songs that I guess the studio or the record label put together to try to pump out some content for him. But you said another thing is like all these people you said that were accomplices to the whole R. Kelly thing. Like even according to the documentary, even Aaliyah's parents. Aaliyah's parents had to allegedly sign an NDA, and in exchange for the publishing for R. Kelly's first 3 albums to keep him out of trouble for marrying Aaliyah when she was 15. I mean, so if y'all signed the NDA and y'all took his publishing for 3 albums, y'all's asses need to go to jail too. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like I said, there's all these. You said, like, dude, you're R. Kelly. You were one of the biggest stars in the world. Like when people talk about greatest singers of all time, your name is mentioned in the conversation. You can have anybody you want, and people will sit there and say, "Well, oh, you saying, well, he was touched when he was a child, or you said whatever." You said like, so you mean to tell me nobody around you? I mean, or were you that egotistical where you just fired everybody that you said could be voices of reason and just kept yes men around you? Well, if you had nothing but yes men around you, they asses need to go to jail too. Period. Full stop.
Exactly. Put a name on that shit, just like with John Gruden with the emails that was leaked to the Raiders, man. Put a name on that shit. You're gonna fire John Gruden and call John Gruden out? Well, then I want to know who leaked the emails to Dan Snyder. Who did Dan Snyder pay to leak the emails? Put a name on that.
Like even going back to the Ime Udoka thing. Okay, they plastered Ime Udoka's name all over the world. We still have no idea who this woman is, but they were in a consensual relationship.
Well, she worked for the Boston Celtics. She was the how did they put it? She was the lady who set up the hotels for the players.
Okay. Well, you said, where's her smoke? And you said, in consequences.
Probably won't be any.
Exactly. And I don't think that's right. Now you're saying like I'm gonna keep this 100. You saying he's Ime Udoka set black people back. You saying some years because black men don't cheat. Just saying he fucked. And then how you gonna fuck over Nia Long with a staffer, dude? Come on, dog.
Yeah, Nia Long's pretty hot.
Exactly. I would suck a fart out of her ass. Boom.
Peggy Fry says knowing and doing nothing makes them just as guilty. Absolutely, it does.
Absolutely. 100%. And just like I said, and then with Aaliyah's uncle releasing all the music on the streaming platforms, like I think like the first or second day of the trial, dude, that was tacky as fuck. That's just how I feel about it. Just use it like you basically use it profiting off your dead niece's thing while her name was brought up in this trial 346 times. I just think certain things like that is pretty classless and tacky. You know what I mean?
Well, how Aaliyah's been dead for what?
20 years.
Wow.
Like 21, 22 years.
Wow, 22 years already. Shit.
Yeah, because I think it was in August of 2001, I think something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was because but yeah, I mean that was horrible. But you said even with that, you said the director of her final video, Rock the Boat, you said forgot his name. His last name is Barber, I think, but you said Barber had a smaller entourage and was actually supposed to be taking. You saying the plane Aaliyah and her entourage ended up on, but using him being egotistical, he wanted the bigger plane, even though the talent, which is Aaliyah, should have had the bigger plane because she had more people with her. For one, but it's just crazy.
It was August 25th, 2001 that Aaliyah passed away.
Boom. See, I told you, I'm fucking using. I know a lot of shit. And then it's like I said, it's just all that kind of stuff is just crazy. And then like we'll go back to you said when you were talking about the moon landing. You said, have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
I have not.
What about you, Lee?
Oh, I love the Mandela effect.
Me too. This is my basically you said the Mandela effect is named after Nelson Mandela. And according to the Mandela effect, Nelson Mandela died when he was in prison. But you said what we know, he actually died. Was it 2013, right?
I think it was 2013 he died.
Something like that.
Yeah, well, you said it's basically saying that because certain people remember certain things differently than they remember from back in the day. Just like okay, let's say when you think of double stuffed Oreo cookies, how do you think you spell stuff?
STUFF.
Well, if you look on the packaging, it's STUF. It's like, and I'm like literally once we go out there, I'm gonna start sending you stuff and like, dude, you're like, and at least Lee, make sure you get on his ass with this shit because he's gonna be sitting there like, wow, like. You said like you remember back in the day, you remember Tenement Square where the guy was supposedly got ran over by the tank.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen.
Oh,
but we remember that it happened. And basically what they're saying is this company over, I think it's in the UK called CERN. They got some. Lee, what is it? It's some kind of.
It's a basically like a giant Tesla coil.
Yeah.
And they're saying that it's releasing all kinds of stuff into the atmosphere, but it's not.
Right, and it's allegedly it's like altering the space-time continuum or some shit like that. So things that we thought were absolute back in the day are different now. And it's like once you start looking at like you said, like some of these things, I'm telling this dude, it's gonna bug you out. It's like one channel that I watch is a channel called Hidden Knowledge on YouTube, and like his channel is specifically geared towards the Mandela effect. And like I said, it's something, I guess, something that can be entertaining for a while and take you down a little bit of a rabbit hole. You said and even though there's nothing we can do about it, it's entertaining still. Using nonetheless,
Two of the most famous Mandela effects is the Berenstain Bears.
Yep.
Where people think it's spelled Berenstain instead of Berenstein Bears. And the other one is the Sinbad movie that was called Kazam, and people thought it was Shazam.
Right. Well, no, because Shaq did Kazam.
Yes.
And you said Sinbad never did. I think it ended up being like, I think it was part of a commercial for the, I think it was ABC or something like that. And they thought it was, but we remember it being an entire movie. So you said, like I said, I know you said Lee Money, you got to get up out of here soon. So we're gonna wrap up with my man Dave. So Dave, what do you got coming up in the near future?
Oh, well, I got some news about my new show that's going to be coming on. I know Renegades is closing up this week, and we'll be moving that show from Sunday nights from 7 to 9 to Sunday mornings from 10 till noon, starting football season. And then my new show is coming up called Unscripted with my former co-host of The Scoop, the star of the show, Adam. We're going to be doing that starting January the 16th. at 10 a.m. till noon on Saturdays. And our first two guests are Seth Williams, who used to be on the Trevisano show. So we're going to talk to him about how it was, how he liked working with Mike Trevisano. And then Redline Radio's own Don Pizzle will be in the building for the second half of the show. So that's what we got coming up. Also, we got some more shows we're going to sign. Like I said, we got Redline Fest coming up in June. We'll have more details on that. That's going to be a pretty big thing. Man, we got so much stuff coming up, man. I don't want to release it all till I know it happens. Right. And the contracts get signed. So yeah, we got a lot of things that are coming up, man. It's going to be a huge year for Redline Radio in 2023.
Okay, you saying the last couple of questions. The first one before that is I know we had talked about it prior, and then you said, are we gaining any steam as far as the Madden tournament? Or you said,
I'm going to throw this out here on your show. Anybody who wants to join the Madden tournament, get a hold of me, and we'll do it. It'll be a PS5 exclusive right there. I'll bring the PS5 to Studio 2. We could do it right there on the big screen. $20 to enter. Winner takes all. I'd like to get 20 people.
Okay. You said, and like I said, you heard it here first. You said you already know I'm getting down and I'm busting some ass. Just so you know, you saying you better bring your A game because I ain't playing with you.
We might even get Lee to play. I know he doesn't play Madden or whatever. We'll see what Lee says.
Right.
He says he's not playing.
Okay. Oh wow, this is crazy. Also, you said once it starts getting warm, that's when everybody starts bringing the cars out. And you said last year was a pretty decent year, at least for me. You said doing the car show scenes and stuff like that. You said, do you think that's something that we as a group could start hitting? Because I know because once me and Mark went down to the little spot in Canton, you said and of course we had the Red Line battle, we had Lex with us and everything yo, they was really feeling it out there. So I'm just saying, are we going to be hitting remote events this year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We got our biggest event of the year coming up March 31st through the 2nd over at DIX Center, the Piston Powered Autorama. If you guys ain't never been there, that's the place to be. A lot of new changes coming up to the Piston Power Show. I know we got moved, so make sure you guys check that out if you're a gearhead.
Working on getting us some free tickets to give away too.
Yeah, so we'll keep everybody informed on that. But yeah, Dub, I mean, I know we got some things that are coming up at the racetrack that if you guys like racing, we got that stuff coming up. But yeah, we're down to do whatever, Dub. I mean, whatever is out there and we got the opportunity to do it, I'll take it on. As long as we got the manpower to do it.
Absolutely. Well, you saying this has been the beginning, the middle, the end. Yo, this is another Thursday night. Make sure that y'all always keep it a buck with yourself. It's Thursday for the culture. Thank you to my special guest, Dave Wallencheck, with you saying my man Lee Money on the ones and twos.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
You mind if I plug my show for Friday night real quick?
Hey, do your thing. Get down.
All right. So Kia and Hyundai owners, there is finally some relief coming to us, courtesy of not one, but two law firms in Ohio, where there is now class action lawsuits going in place against Kia and Hyundai for the responsibility of the thefts of these vehicles that has been happening thanks to fucking TikTok. All the information on that Friday night on Money's Crazy Mind. Also, action-packed show Friday night. What the hell is going on at DC Comics? We'll be talking about that. And then also the dark side of professional wrestling. Is it the person or the business? 8 to 10 Friday night, Money's Crazy Mind. Tune in. I got an action-packed year coming at you guys, and we're going to have some special guests. And Dub,
yeah,
I would like to, and Dave, I would like to extend the invitation to you guys. Final Friday of the month. So Friday, the 27th, the day before the Royal Rumble. Would you guys like to,
I'm there.
would you guys like to come on and break down the Royal Rumble card?
Hey, you see how he does me here, Dub, he invites me knowing I have to go to the comedy show and do that with Lex on the 27th at Lucy's Shenanigans. So make sure you guys check that out. Tickets will be on sale soon. But Lee, I will try my best to make it here, even if I got a call in or whatnot. I know Lucy's is right down the road. But yeah, I will. I'm not going to say I guarantee that I can be here, but I will try my best.
If we have to pre-tape, we pre-tape.
All right, good. We can pre-tape it then.
Either way it went, say less, because you said I could record the comedy show if I'm there and then step my ass outside. And you said so like
maybe
I said,
me and Dub can tag team it together when he's on. There you go.
You say, hey, I say less.
All right.
All right.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
So
go ahead.
we got that. I got another actually unsolved true crime story that we're going to tackle in the coming weeks. Also, next Friday is the anniversary of Jeffrey Dahmer's arrest. And we are going to talk about that. Also, HasLab is shipping out the proton packs, and we will have an unboxing with members of the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters as soon as mine comes in the mail. Get on it, Hasbro. I want my pack.
That is awesome. You said y'all make sure that y'all tune into every show here at Redline. You said and make sure like it costs nothing to support. And you say and like you always remember that you saying like you sit there and be like, well, don't forget about the little people. You saying when you get big, don't forget about me on the way up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this has been an amazing Thursday for the culture. This your man Dub. That guy Dub signing out with my man Dave and Lee Money. I love you guys. Peace.
Deuces.
You know, where the fuck Dub at, man? Where the fuck he go? Here I am. You looking for me?
Yo ass is boy, that guy Dub, and I'm back with another video. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Deuce from the me and my big bro. Yeah, fuck this no. He said he gonna teach me how to wrestle, man. I'm gonna win the belt.
Cause I'm back for ya. The boy Dub Deuce in the building.